All right, guys, what's up? It has been a minute. I know things have been popping here. The arm is feeling a lot better. Also not. I'll get into that in just a bit. But first and foremost, the check. I don't know if you guys can see that because of the lighting here, but it's getting better. The flex is holding a lot more than before. You can actually see somewhat resemblance of a bicep here now, as opposed to just like a bag of goo that was attached underneath the skin. But there were some hiccups along the way, which is kind of why I stopped uploading to begin with. And we might as well just get into that right now. At the end of the video, I'll post my day 5 leg workout, which involves a lot more machines than I wanted it to because of this injury / hiccup that I came across during the last couple of weeks here. I reached out to Dr. Patrizio once again, was worried, thought that maybe I had re-injured my bicep. Up until that point, my recovery was on like an upward trajectory, going, and I felt like it was just continuing to get better every day. To the point where like my lifts at the gym were almost back to normal. Benching 3 plates, deadlifting almost close to 5. I think it was 4 and a bit. Obviously, legs didn't really take a toll, but they were back as well. And so in my mind, I was fully healed. I was back, and I think I should have had a little bit of a reality check before going out into the world, per se, and engaging in all these different sports and activities that I did. The weather was really, really nice here. And so I was going out, I was playing basketball, spike ball, tennis, volleyball, all these outdoor sports. But I didn't realize that my bicep, even though my strength was back in the gym, that's unilateral movements. Doing a bicep curl, if you're doing it properly, your elbow's tucked, you're going up in one plane. You're flexing the bicep in that one plane. If you're doing a bench press, very similar. Deadlift, one plane. Everything that you do in the gym is strengthening the bicep, but in that specific movement. And so when I went out there, I started playing basketball. I started making it rain.
Raindrops! Old school! T!
Started playing spike ball, like game after game of spike. Even tennis, just trying to smash that ball across to the other side. All those movements are very dynamic. And if you haven't strengthened that, coming back from this injury and just expecting to come back to 100%, I mean, you're going to run into problems. And so that's what happened. About 2 weeks into the summer here, I just started feeling pain. And if you watch my other videos, I make a very, very big distinction between pain and discomfort. This was pain. This was waking up the next morning wanting to like just loosen out my arm because I felt like something was tight. I would supinate to the point where like I was turning the wheel in my car, and as I was doing this motion, I would feel like kind of like a sharp pain go up all the way from my elbow to my shoulder. I was tripping. I was like, what did I do? Was it that one play in that basketball game where I passed it too quickly and might have like jumbled something up in here? Anyway, immediately go to my little safety net, Dr. Patrizio, send him an email. I need to talk to you. He recommended that we do a video chat so that I could show him which movements, which planes, or where I'm getting the discomfort, as opposed to just trying to explain it to him over the phone, which was great. We set that up, spoke to him, showed him that like my supination when my elbow is bent seems fine. As soon as I extend it out and have my elbow straight and then do the same motion, then it would get sharp shooting pains. And he said, listen, what have you done differently? I said, nothing, everything's fine. I've been playing outdoor sports, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay. He's like, you weren't playing all these sports prior to the discomfort? I'm like, no, but I'm healed, I'm fine. And he explained the exact same thing I explained to you just a minute ago. The gym doesn't work on dynamic movements, at least I wasn't. All my movements were in one plane, elbows were locked, shoulder was like everything there was steady and loading the bicep through very controlled movements. As soon as I went onto the basketball court, I was I was making it rain. Like I said, passing the ball. I was dribbling up and down the court, trying to go for steals. Spike ball is probably the worst because it's just rep after rep after rep, just with like flexion of the bicep, extension of the elbow, all that over and over, and you would play game after game after game. Tennis didn't play too much of that. Volleyball, not too much as well, but they were part of the mix. And so he said, listen, I know you're going to the gym 5 days a week right now. Let's back that off. Let's go 3 days a week and non-consecutive days, which is what I did. I ended up doing just a push-pull legs once a week. For the past 2 weeks now, I'm way better than I was when I initially made the call. No pain now, and I feel like I can jump back into the program with 100% intensity. The only thing now that I have to incorporate is certain dynamic movements. So going up, instead of just doing a strict bicep curl, do like a rotational bicep curl on the way up, on the way down, right? Similar to what we were doing with the TheraBands early on, like week 6, week 8. I kind of dropped that because I thought I was past it. But now I'm going to reincorporate it and do it with a little bit more load. So that's the update, guys. It was a little scary. Like I said, up until that point, my recovery was just going at an exponential rate. If you look at all my videos, watch all my previous videos, you'll see that like I was just a rocket. Then all of a sudden, after those 2 weeks of sports, just decline to the point where I couldn't go into the gym and do a simple bicep curl, hammer curl, discomfort going up the shoulder. So I laid off. Rest and recovery is your friend in this injury. Did a little bit more of like legs, runs, walks, just lower body stuff, as you know that we do when we're injured in the upper body. We try to find that fix somewhere else. The next video I upload will be my day 6. I'm sorry it's taken so long to get all of these videos out in line. After my day 4 video, that week that I was supposed to record my day 5 was actually a deload week. And so I figured you guys didn't want to see that. It would have been boring, low reps, low weight, low intensity, basically just taking a week off the gym. And so I didn't record that, and that kind of just that just sent me down a slippery slope of not recording. But I feel like this incident that happened over the summer, some of you might encounter as well, and it's important to know that there is a very, very big difference between strength in the gym and mobility in the gym versus dynamic movement in sport. And so even though we are like, 7-8 months post-surgery, there are still things that we need to work on in order to go back out there injury and discomfort free. And so you guys will see the video now. I'll upload it. All right, last set. Fuck. All right, last set on this leg press. I don't really like leg press machines. They're all different for me, depending on the angle that the tracks are on. 5 plates could be super easy, or it could feel like 1 plate on another leg press machine, but just go off by feel. Uno más.
One more. 3. Three more. 1, 2, one more. Yep. All right. Next set. I try to make an effort to pause my legs at the top of the lift.
I really like leg lifts for targeting the lower abs. I feel like everyone has top abs, and it's like the first to show, and the lower ones are hard, to the point where like even if you're low body fat percentage, sometimes they're not there. If you have heavy legs, like chunky, meaty legs, it's a harder leg lift. And so for me, like, these are pretty difficult.
And bang out a couple of these Bosu ball crunches. I stopped doing these for a while because unless you position yourself right and pull yourself up through your abs, most people just work their hip flexors and just crunch this area right below and above your hips, and it just leads to back pain and discomfort. But once you get the feel for it and you know what you're targeting, great exercise, good finisher. So at the end, I'll do some steady state cardio, but I'll jack up my heart rate with some skipping initially for like the first 5 minutes or so, just so that when I step on the treadmill or the Stairmaster, I'm already at my target heart rate. I don't have to waste 10, 15 minutes ramping up to it. And so in my mind, I don't have to do it for as long. So I feel like skipping rope as well hits the calves, gives them a good workout, which translates into running for me or boxing. As you can tell from my videos, I don't really work on my calves. I got those Southeast Asian genes, those genetics that just have little tree trunks at the bottom of my knees. All my ancestors climbing those coconut trees, passed down. So I'll do this for another 4 minutes or so. I'll check in on you guys after.
More videos coming to you guys soon. Thanks for all the support, and talk to you guys in the next one.